Hello, Body Shotgun to 1000 point for Tutti, welcoming you back to more Pokemon Emerald. Last time, we had to deal with a harsh screen glaring when trying to fixate on the starter Pokemon that we were going to select, which at the end of the day ended up being Trico. In this episode, we're going to be meeting Professor Birch's daughter, May, because apparently we're not set to go on an adventure yet. Wild Pokemon will jump out at you in tall grass. If you want to catch Pokemon, you have to go into the tall grass and search. Good to know. By the way, by default, you will be jumped on by a Pokemon when you first navigate through Route 101. If Pokemon get tired, take them to a Pokemon Center. There's a Pokemon Center in Oldale Town, right close by. There's also the character's house. You can heal your Pokemon at your own home. And speaking of Pokemon Center, here it is right here, the red roof. If you want to buy some items, this building here with the blue roof, that's where you buy your items. And this guy here will actually tell you about that. Hi, I work at the Pokemart. Can I get you to come with me? This is a Pokemart, but just look at the blue roof. We sell a variety of goods, including Pokeballs for catching Pokemon. Yeah, about that. You say that you sell Pokeballs? Not until you get given Pokeballs from the Professor. Yeah, I like you to have this as a promotional item. We receive a potion. Potions, as you commonly know, are the standard healing items that will heal your Pokemon's HP by 20. And since we're going inside the Pokemon Center, something I want to bring up. If you go inside your character's PC, item storage, withdraw item, there is a free potion in there. And in case you were also wondering, this game is very strict about bag storage with your items. You're not allowed to store more than you need. But when Gen 4 came out, they obviously fixed that. So, we kind of like went a U-turn from starting our main game adventures with Pokemon Let's Go Eevee in Gen 7, moved away down to Gen 4, then to Gen 3, and then we'll be going back into Gen 4 soon afterwards. Unless I fancy changing my idea at the last moment to have my LP fixate on being either Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. But no, I'm not going to do that. There's May. And there we go. Here's another Hoenn Pokemon exclusive. This is Pucciana. Pucciana is an early route dark type Pokemon. Is it a good Pokemon to actually recommend for your team? Honestly, no. Pucciana is basically one of those Pokemon that is recognized as a physical attacker, but his type doesn't help him in Gen 3 for being known as a special attacker. If I highly recommend anything, if you want to use a dark type Pokemon, at least make sure they are special attackers first. I cannot stress that out enough. Let's see, the Pokemon found on Route 103 include... Oh, hi Ash! Oh, I see, my dad gave you a Pokemon as a gift. Since we're here, let's have a quick battle. I'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is like. We already know. And I love this music. I actually did not plan this through, sorry. Oh, good grief. I know I'm going to get accused of copyright about this, but I do not care. I really do not care. There we go. That's where it actually rotates around. I love this music in Gen 3. And sure enough, I was actually right. May. She will choose whatever starter Pokemon that is best against yours. Torchic here will actually carry the moves Scratch and Growl. If you chose Torchic, she would carry the Mudkip, which has Tackle and Growl, which I said in episode 1. Or, if you're using Mudkip, she would choose Shulk, my Trico, with the moveset that my Trico currently has already. I'm also going to use Leah to lower Torchic's physical defense since she used Growl. You can see just how hard it is actually fixing this. I mean, having to use 2 potions on the rival battle of all things. I was actually hoping to keep hold of these, but it is what it is. Because there might be a random chance that your opponent will get something known as a critical hit. Now, what a critical hit is, it basically boosts the power of your Pokemon's move, but it's a random occurrence. It might happen, it might not. But when it comes to the AI, they get it almost all the time, and I never do. And there we go, at level 6, Shulk wants to learn Absorb, the first grass move that he learns. Absorb is basically a healing move where you do damage to your opposing Pokemon, and you take back half HP of damage that you did to the opponent. So like say for example, if you did 50 health damage to your opposing Pokemon with Absorb, you would get 25 HP back. That's what I mean. Good God. And yeah, you're going to be fixated on me walking for a lot of the time. I know I could go inside the Pokemart and buy more potions, which actually is a good idea. I mean, if I was doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke, that would be the most prioritized thing for you to do. But since I'm not doing a Nuzlocke, for reasons you know why. Because I'm waiting to do most of the LP series first, from basically where we are now to the latest generation that's came out. Right, I heard you beat May on your first try. Yeah, we get the picture. Just shut up and give me your Pokeballs. That's not Pokeballs, that's a pokedex. Alright? I'm not going to be spending all time reading your dialogue. I will be skipping a lot of them just as a heads up in mind. Okay. Right. First and foremost, obviously we're going to be talking to our mum. We'll show her the Trico that we picked up. And we now have the running shoe, so we can now hold B to run whenever the heck we want. Okay, thank you. Can I go my adventure now, please? There we go. Now, immediately, pressing start brings up the home menu. In future DS games, it was the X button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game, because the amount of Pokeballs that you got given is only 5. So you're very limited about them. Because it's now time that we get to catch ourselves a Pokemon. And immediately, this is not the one I want to catch. But if you're curious about this Pokemon, this is Wurmple, a plain bug type that has a split evolution. Split evolutions are not very common to be found in Pokemon games, but this split evolution is actually different. Many people think that there is actually a method of evolving Wurmple into whichever Pokemon that you want, but honestly, that's not true. There is no method at all. It's just random from start to finish. You can have a function where Wurmple can either evolve into a cocoon Pokemon known as Silcoon or Cascoon. And whichever one they become will determine who they're going to be evolved into their final form. If it evolves into a Silcoon, it'll turn into a bug flying type of Beautifly. If it's a Cascoon, it will evolve into a first ever bug poison type ever since Gen 2 with Spinarak and Oriodos, known as Dustox. I know I actually nearly jumped the gun immediately, because I probably would have thought that, you know when you see Paras and Parasect, I would have honestly thought that those Pokemon were originally to become bug poison types at first, but no, they're not. Oh, good God, seriously? So it goes Wurmple, then Pucciana, then Wurmple, then Pucciana. Because the game clearly knows who I want to catch. Oh, for goodness sakes! As a heads up, this is going to become a recurring trend. The fact that you're just going to be dealing with wild encounters of Pokemon that you don't even want. And we've received a common trend of getting a Wurmple, then a Pucciana, then a Wurmple, then a Pucciana 3 straight times. Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, for those who are actually curious, it's Zigzagoon. I did say earlier that I highly recommend that you catch a Zigzagoon for a HM slave. And that's exactly what I'm intending to do. And you can find one on this route. So stop making Wurmple and Pucciana spawn in one after another. Well, it broke the one-on-one thing, but still. I don't want the freaking dog! I want the raccoon! Zigzagoon! You know what, forget it. I'm just gonna go to the Route 103. Because, heck, they're actually gonna be showing Pokemon there. But this actually gets really annoying, and it is a recurring trend. You want a Pokemon, and they never show. But when you don't want a Pokemon, they always show. Case in point, Pucciana. There we are! Fine frickin' lay. Zigzagoon, you are going to be a member of our HM slave. And I appreciate that you don't get critical hits. And obviously that's why I saved. Because apparently Pokemon are known to be real jerks where they have a guaranteed catch but they still break free anyway. Not going to bother reading your bio. And I'm not going to bother giving you a name because you was a pain in the butt to actually get. Gonna go to the PC to heal myself. You can't use the running boost inside the building, by the way, just as a heads up. That's gonna be really annoying. And don't worry, we're not gonna bother looking at the nature of the Lagoon. Before we move on to where we actually are supposed to go, I'm gonna buy 6 potions and 6 Pokeballs. Because here on Route 102 is where you would get introduced to a wild trainer battle. Not your rival, of course. But on Route 102, there's actually another Pokemon of you that you can actually find. And why did it have to be Wurmple again? Why the heck did it have to be Wurmple again? Oh! Whoa! Okay. This is really rare. On Route 102, less than 5% of the time, or 5% of the time or less, whatever, you can find yourself a wild Ralts. And what's actually really good about this is that Ralts, in my honest opinion, is a good Pokemon. It's actually my second favorite Pokemon family line. At one point, I was wanting to use this Pokemon in my Let's Play team, but I thought no, because I already used a Gardevoir in my LP of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And I didn't want a situation where I was going to be repeating Pokemon in my Let's Play team. But still, I am going to catch this Ralts. Because it's not going to be my actual team member, but it's going to be my temporary